Okay, wander around this little village full of zombie workers is really what they are. But now there's rangers here, and they said the boss is at headquarters, but they didn't tell me where the headquarters are. So I don't know where to look for the boss for the rangers. Oh, we just read that. Let's see, where have we been? Where haven't I been? Been over there. We haven't been in this building yet. Not much to see in here. Oh, look, stuff. No? I'm going through that trapdoor. Looks like this is the edge of the village, mostly. This is a nice little house. I hear sparkling, I think. Market list. A loopy found manuscript with a yellow sheath of paper reads stuff. The Andy shaky hand still learning to write was added. Cake. See? Those super soft sounds mess with you. Yeah, I get it, but it's right there. It seems to be the sound is more intense the bigger the chest. At least that's what it seems to be. Or maybe it's the quality of the stuff in it. But there's definitely different volume levels. Intensity. Whatever. Same difference, right? I haven't been over here yet. Cows. Cows we can't kill for food. Been here. Yeah, we've been in here. Okay. Go ahead towards the city. And let's... No, I haven't visited up here yet. Just wanted to make sure I didn't. Sure what that was from. Do not enter. Due to structural instability caused by recent sinkhole activity, this building is condemned until further notice. Valerie, if you're reading this, please speak with Governor Vadaro for more information on relocation. As tempting as it may be to ignore the issue after so long on the road, please be mindful. It is not safe here, and you will be looked after. Yeah. It's not going to let us in. Oh, quest.
Gods, what do I tell Sovia? What do I tell the children? It's not bad enough that their mother a little earlier and you'd have beaten the other bandits to my crops. But I guess that's on you, isn't it?
What? Maybe I can help return whatever you lost. Why don't you tell me what you lost instead of insulting me? Do I look like a...
I left the whole pile right here. Enough food, good food, safe food to get us through the next few months. I went inside just for a moment. The bandits took everything. This was probably her last harvest. There's not a damn thing left to eat.
Bring the stolen food back. Is something else wrong with at this farm. Maybe I can find them. What they look like. Is there no other way to get the food for your family? Times are tough. What did they look like?
Like thieves. They're not from around here, I know that. They had a few elves among them. I've got no problem with elves, but they looked rough. Like they weren't civilized. You know, bandits.
Bring the stone food back. Something else wrong with the farm.
What? No. We're fine. No smuggling, no dream scourge. What are you implying?
Trying to hide something. Oh, my perception is just one too short. You said her last harvest, not ours. Is something wrong with your wife?
Huh. Like sticking your nose in other people's business, do you?
If I can help, I'd like to. You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pried. Fine. Keep struggling. You clearly got something to prove.
No. It's not like that. Gods, don't know who to trust these days. My wife, she's sick. Not a dream troll. Just sick. We've known for a while now. But treatment is expensive. There's not enough to go around. I thought if she could eat well for whatever time she had left, she'd be more comfortable. And now, it's gone. There. Are you happy?
Of course not. Now I really have to find that stolen food.
Ah, finally! Someone who cares about something other than themselves. When they ran away, I saw them following the river north. They're probably hiding up there, waiting to steal from someone else. You come back with my crops, and I'll give you whatever I can. You can't put a price on survival.
Okay, so what do you have in your house? I swear I heard a sparkling. I very much hear a sparkling. But there's no way to get into the house. Oh, never mind. It's right there. Ran right by it. Let's see. Oh, these things. Oops.
Oops. Is that all you can say? That was really poorly done.
It was, I agree.
I'm sick!
Spider? What's a spider hanging out with mushrooms?
We make a good squad.
We do. Nobody's died in a while, but we're finding a bunch of weak stuff, that's why. Okay, so north or along the river. Left. Farther away than where we're going. Those seeking the inhabitants of this building may find their new domicile within the walls of Fior. Leaving outside the walls has simply become too dangerous by order of Governor Vidara. This property is to remain vacant until further notice. Sorry, but you just hit a point past where I'm at. No worries, soul. Thanks for watching, though. Too bad. I wanted to occupy this house just for fun. Okay, let's see if we can get in here.
really don't think you can deny that everything wrong in Fior obviously comes from using animancy.
We don't use animancy on our farms in Dawnshore, and our forests aren't trying to kill us.
I don't know what you want from me. The other Animancers and I are just doing the best we can to survive.
Fior will be better able to survive if they accept help from the adherents.
The adherents have already made great strides in bringing order to Paradise.
I just want to go home without being harassed.
Yep, not gonna happen.
You showed up at a bad time. Word of advice, give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giatta's about to tear that poor man a new one.
Fortunately, that's where I'm headed.
Well, I hope you have a stomach for profanity.
God.
Huh. A woman shouting profanity at leadership? Reminds me of home.
She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancers fighting? This I have to see.
This isn't the first time Giatta's put the governor in his place, but it might be the last.
What are they fighting about? Maybe she could help me. I'm looking to consult with an animancer.
You could do a lot worse than Giatta, but she can be a bit confrontational. The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language.
I was hoping to learn some local curses.
Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when Animancers fight.
The Emperor's envoy. Inquisitor Ludwine said you might be heading this way.
To whom am I speaking?
Captain Alfair of the Steel Garrote. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy.
Metaphysically speaking, it's unlikely that animancers are causing this plague.
While they theorize and do nothing, the sickness spreads. But worry not, envoy. The Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adheran interests when the time comes.
What are you talking about?
We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
Well, that wasn't
She's as
helpful.
subtle as a broadside.
Does subtle mean something different outside of Solace?
Apparently. Let's see. Just keep heading over there. Bounty board.
Oh,
We don't read the bounties, we just take the bounties.
Delangan. They are not evil, it is just in their nature to push back against the expansion of civilization. Still, survival of the fittest and all that, eh?
Oh, we'll just talk to you. You guys are working hard.
Come on. My invention is guaranteed to enlarge your essence.
You play with it? No?
A moment of your time, my friend. Tell me, what do you know about your soul?
Well, I'm a godlike, so I've got some divine heritage.
Wrong. Your soul is an ancient, wondrous thing, suffused with lifetimes of rich, delicious memory. But it's tired, my friend, heavy with the burden of generations and too weak to survive another turning of the wheel.
And how much do I pay you to enlighten my soul? To lighten my soul.
That's the beauty of it. The first treatments on the house. The moment you entered the city, I calibrated my invention to the highest setting and attuned it to your soul. So tell me, how do you feel? Better already, huh?
You use some ridiculous machine on my soul? I feel fine, I guess. My soul feels lighter, and as if all my worldly cares have fluttered away.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. From this day forward, your life will be one of bliss and satisfaction. Do remember to tell your friends about all the benefits of animancy. Enjoy your soul.
You have a thing for sticking your head in the bear's mouth, don't you?
But that was worth it.
Giata, what's the meaning of this?
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home.
There is no Dream Scourge in Emerald Stair.
The land begs to differ, and I can prove it.
We can discuss this in private.
We are discussing it now.
Apparently we're going to discuss it now.
How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
Sorry to interrupt. I'm also looking into the Dream Scourge. Can't be at your service. Never mind that. What are you talking about? You must be Giada. Keep me at your service.
Charmed. Forgive me for staring. It's just, we don't see many of your kind anymore.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Seems more likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
I'm an Darren envoy. Is that official enough? You're arguing in the middle of town. Excuse me, but I'm talking to this captivating young lady.
Did you hear that, Ignacy? You should be taking notes.
Ah, of course. The Adiran envoy. Ambassador Hilgard sent a missive telling me to expect you. How delightful. You speak with a measure of authority, but I caution you to remember who's in charge around here.
Now that's what I call a first impression. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now, our farms.
That's why I'm here. Perhaps an animancer can help me stop it. The deeper I go into Living Lands, the worse this gets. Your governor disagrees. That's why I'm here, animancer.
Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
We definitely agree on that.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
I thought animancers leapt at bold experimentation.
They do. And that's the kind of reckless behavior I'm trying to avoid.
Reckless is all we have time for. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it.
And the game just crashed. Dum, dum, dum. So I have to do that whole conversation again. This is what crashed, number 2 or 3? I think it's number 2. Could be number 3. I've lost track. Yep, that whole conversation.
How can you...
Service dropped. Keep you at your service.
Charmed.
Maybe you can.
Seems more like...
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm talking to this cap-eating young lady.
Did you hear that, Ignace?
Ah, of course. You speak.
No, that's as you can.
A cart full of...
Ha! First came the dream. Then there's
Animancer.
We def...
I believe our government.
Scholar thing.
Reckless before unfortunate.
Once again.
So worst that could happen, she's one taking all the risk here. I think she knows what she's doing. Let me take her off your hands. I'll make sure nothing goes wrong.
I see you're unfamiliar with animancy. You don't appreciate just how dangerous that could be. Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
If we work together, I wouldn't stand between you and your ambitions. Maybe you can solve the Doom Scourge rationally and let cooler heads prevail. But you're right. We can't afford to delay. What was that about your family's basement? It's in between you and your ambitions.
Really? Unexpected from an Adiran. But how could I refuse an offer like that? Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Chatta.
What?
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to this settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Whoa. You're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignace, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
He's a douchebag. You're making a mistake. Giatta, you okay?
It's a bit too soon to tell.
Governor, this is unacceptable. Your father would have kept this community together at any cost.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
I'll find us another bedroom.
Okay, so speak with Giatta. Way over there. So many houses to explore.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, amigo.
And flowers to pick.
That did not go as I had planned.
What did you think?
That freaking confused me on this game.
Well, my
Ring.
first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
It's not really an open world game. That's the funny part. Yes, you broke your lurk finally. Yeah, this isn't a real open world game. It's not. It's typically open world games are described as like do what you want, roam where you want, no loading screens, you know, whatever. You know, it's open world, do what you want type deal. This isn't. This is more of a story-oriented zone game, very similar to, say, Knights of the Republic or Outer Worlds. If you, which isn't shocking since Obsidian did both of those games. You know, they're basically the world is broken up into zones, and you do the adventures and stuff or the quests in these specific areas, and then when you're done, you can move on, right? So it's more. It seems to be more story driven. Like Skyrim is You know, probably the best open world game out there, right? Still is. But it's, you know, go wherever you want. You can follow the storyline if you want. You know, pick up random quests, random events, whatever. You know, it's all out there. So it's a very open world game. This isn't like that, but it's not advertised to be an open world game either. Because if you actually look at if you go to Steam and you look at it in the store, you know, they always have the tags for what kind of game it is. Is it, you know, first person shooter? Is it strategy, tactical, whatever, open world? This does not have an open world tag. And if you actually do some search on the internet for what the devs have said, they said this is specifically not an open world game. That's not what they were going for. Yeah, large maps, but yeah, once you're done with one, you can't go back. No, you can go back. In this, you can actually go back, as far as I know, because this is the second map, and I was able to go back because I entered it on accident, because I didn't realize that's where it was. This zone was going to this, you know, progress the story, but I was able to go back to the other one and finish some stuff up. Outer Worlds like that, yeah, but this one isn't locking me out, so that's the difference there. But this is, again, this game is more like Outer Worlds as far as the way it's built and the way things are happening.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giata, some manners, if you please.
Why start now?
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego.
He must have his reasons. He's focusing on the wrong problems, that's for certain. Then why didn't anyone speak up with you?
Because they're cowards. To them, I'm just a cautionary tale. A fallen animancer.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fior Misiverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
Stuck to your principles, that's what matters. Can we still fight the Dream Scourge? I'm sorry about your exile. You're better off without the governor controlling you. Stuck to your principles, that's what matters.
I wish I could take credit for Giata's stubbornness, but she learned that on her own.
Thanks, old man. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want. On my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long.
How so? You talk like you have a vendetta against it. Once we've cured it, what's next for you? Enough talk. Let's focus on the task at hand. How so?
I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see an Nadiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
I've worked with animancers before from a safe distance.
It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days.
You think there might be a connection? As people keep reminding me, you're looking at me as though I'm some kind of experiment. I think there might be a connection.
Wouldn't that be a coincidence? I only bring it up because animancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by...
Open your pack? Are you alright? Stay focused. Our first order of business. The Dream Scourge. Let her finish.
I don't even know. I just realized this is the end. I have to leave your Misiverno. Forever.
Take all the time you need to think it over. Nothing ends. Think of it as a new beginning with new friends. For God's sake, could she say something encouraging to your pupil? You don't have time for this. Nothing ends. Think of it as a new beginning.
Some people don't find out who they really are until they leave home.
You'll be all right. My advice, find a good tavern and learn how to prepare a squirrel over an open flame.
Yummy.
Maybe if I focus on what I have gained, I can learn to accept everything I've lost. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the animancers around town, but As you can see, I'm an outcast.
It's a professional consultation we're after. I can handle that. Maybe I'll have better luck. Will your colleagues even talk to me after what happened to you? Won't the governor mind if we interfere? Arcane Scholar.
Glad to hear it. Your education should come in handy. Manto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fjord. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name, and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
Sounds like I have my work cut out for me. What do you expect to learn? Such an eclectic bunch of animancers. So, what's your theory on the Dream Scourge anyway? What do you expect to learn?
I'd rather you find that out for yourself. Whatever it is, I won't be disappointed. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much of a hunter. Might want to get extra rations next time we go shopping.
Ecology of the Living Lands by Arthur Castell. No one can explain why the living lands naturally grows and thrives in an unnatural manner. We have seen plant life consume mountains overnight. Creatures tall enough to knock over mighty trees, and beneath it all, a potent river of wild essence. Civilization has not found a stable foothold in the living lands. Whenever we try, there is some reprisal, almost as if the island knows how to shrug us off.
Godlike, Imperial envoy, research assistant. Who knew?
Huh.
So she's not going to travel around with me? Thought we were going to have another companion in the group. Or at least a replacement for one of these two. Maybe after we finish our stuff.
I have a lot of packing ahead of me, but I've earned a short rest.
Oh, we have to take care of this stuff first.
I'm counting on it.
Because she is leaving.
Careful! Or we'll get thrown out of the pub. We're already thrown out. Really? Huh. And when did that happen?
Drink more.
Can't say as I remember. You, my friend, need some water. Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, amigo.
Merchant. There you are.
Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
The animancers have much use for weapons and armor. Yeah, I don't care about that. So, tour guide, send that. Oh. Pistols, when you break down. Oh, the branches. Should ever break those down. Wow, look at the price on this stuff. I am so not rich enough. 4,400. Address 18 of Lodestone. He's not selling any magic stuff, but that for now.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment.
Yeah, what did I decide to break down? Pistols.
Establishment amigo.
Okay, now we're headed that way. Looking for stuff hiding outside that's, you know, free to pick up.
Found the machine.
Oh, I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop.
Giada and I are investigating the Dream Scourge. What do you know about metaphysical anomalies in the living lands? This place is hardly modest, it's incredible. Explain for a curious outsider, how does animancy work anyway? You're supposed to drop her name, right?
Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked.
Maybe we could help fix it. It's not good. Gianna said your machine could help her research. Great. I suspect you can't fix it yourself, can you? Maybe I can help.
Ha! A novel idea, that. What I need is a stronger power source.
A battery of grimoires?
Grimoires can hold intense power, but not for long. Besides, grimoires require a wizard to draw in essence. It's too dangerous at this scale. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove.
At the risk of stating the obvious, we're standing in front of a massive Adrid pillar.
Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgan in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delamgan queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
I'll see what I can do.
Do be careful. Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
If you can convince her to hand it over, I'll be more than impressed.
So will I. It's Giacomo's invitation to my colleagues, friends, and naysayers. You're hereby invited to a demonstration of my latest achievement, that of a spiritual self-combustion. Bear witness as I set fire to my very essence merely to prove that I can. Do you doubt me? Then come watch me fail. Do you trust me? Then come watch me go out in a blaze of glory. Either way, you'll be entertained. I anticipate a large and captive audience. That sounds, safe. For the audience.
The Adra is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned about.
This again.
Put that away for
You're
later.
beginning to sound like Giada.
Have you ever stopped and listened to her? She might be onto something.
I'm sure her mother and father were onto something, and look what happened to them.
Summit meeting notes of the Deadfire event. Spiritual disturbance of the Deadfire archipelago. All agree that a disturbance shook the metaphysical veil between the here and the beyond. Ask about capitalization. Cause of disturbance unknown. Experiment gone wrong. Rumor of a giant Adra statue dismissed as mass hallucination. Periquilici requests to contact Republic's associates for a second opinion. Governor Vidaro denies the motion. Verdict. Results inconclusive. No action required at this time. Sounds like that went almost well. I think you can look through the window. Jump out. Looks safe. Oh, look how kind of them. Leaving me presents.
Yeah.
A rejection of so-called ethics by Monto Pastor. Animancy is a magnet for naysayers who cherish ignorance over progress and safety over opportunity. I do not deny that our art has produced some misfortune over the years. Balereach, Brackenbury, and the event at Castell House, to name a few. But why should these isolated incidents cast such a long shadow? When a ship sinks into the bottom of the ocean, no one forces merchants to abandon their trade. I say that we resist society's unjust call to smash our machines and burn our research. We are animancers. Society is welcome to join us, but we won't hesitate to leave them in our dust. Good guys steal? It's not stealing if it's open. Rule 1. Clean up after your experiments. Label your experiments. No food or drink. But it sounds so safe.
Imagine a river of essence. It feeds our crops, enriches the soil, and fuels our experiments. So where is the source of the river?
I have to. Some. I can't let anyone.
Monsters of Dead Fire. Travel between the oceans is virtually impossible. Great storms hamper the ships. Blah, blah, blah.
What has discovered this?
I shouldn't be sober for this kind of talk.
Yep, you're not tonic. Instructions to use. Take 1 cupful approximately 1 hour before beginning tedious activity. If administered correctly, time should appear to pass more quickly and tasks should feel more tolerable. Side effects may include amnesia surrounding the dosage period. Amnesia. Read. What's this? Missing an Adrigan heart. Oh, that's where we're going to be plugging that in, huh? Saw that. What's up the stairs?
Yeah.
Oh, guessing that's going to open once we plug in the heart, because... Big stone. Opening. Alchemy of Imp Spray. I know the smell of failure is the reek of 30 years worth of concentrated imp fart sprayed into one's face, and the bitterness of having no academic recognition to show for it. Why would you want academic rest and the efficacy of imps? So much reading. Imp farts.
What do you think of Giatta's theory? Well, my experiments have been a little... unpredictable. Like, the essence has no sense of direction. How did you know? We should talk, but not here.
I'm not listening. No? Okay. Wounds of Aora. Too much reading. So, we can talk to those. Oh. Oh, the Adrigan Heart? I thought that was farther away.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, amico.
Thought it was going to be outside the city. Maybe it is. It is outside the city, right, quite a bit. So, let's go back in and talk to those other people. That's supposed to be the current that's flowing through the cables like that? Or it's, oh, that's the essence, is it? Ah,
Yeah, I pretty much brought that plague bear down by myself.
nice.
Did you now? Captain Masoni said he'd never seen anything like it.
Oh, I bet.
Well, looks like these guys are still closer. Oh, they're down in the village I visited earlier. Okay, Skybird, thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening. Are you counting sheep or invulnerable cows today? Oh, the troublemaking beetle. Why are you cheering on the body beetle? Aw, poor person. Now we still got fighting going on. Uh-oh. Needles and troublemaking mushrooms. Malicious mushrooms. That's what we should call them. Malicious mushrooms. Distraction. Supposed to be going that way.
First, my wife runs off to Paradise, and now this. Not one for talking right now. On top of everything else going on, now I can't get this blasted equipment to work.
Pretend to kick the machine. Have you tried persuading it?
These bones are too old and tired for that. Besides, I don't want to make the problem worse. Maybe you could take a closer look for me.
What am I supposed to be looking for? Don't see anything.
Hello, my friend. Still having trouble with this old equipment?
What? I can take a look at it. What's wrong with the equipment? I can take a look.
Oh, sure. Thanks. I hope you can find something I didn't.
I am not seeing anything with this equipment. Having fun? I am, Taco. Welcome back.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm sick.
Not hitting hard enough.
Ow, troublemaking mushroom there.
I was just getting warmed up.
Am I poisoned? I am poisoned. I need some grog. Grog gives us a little bit of healing and gets rid of any poison. So. I ran by this thing already. No, we ran into them earlier. They didn't have anything to say to us. But we have to wait because Breakdown's coming up here in a minute or two. Listen to that first.
Wonder if she needs a new research partner.
Or maybe a test subject?
We could do both. Anything to work with the great Giata Castel.
Okay, we will talk to these two when I get back from break, because I need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water, go see what Mrs. Gimpy and Rocket are up to. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. Enjoy the dog video.